Okay, let's talk about a situation that trips up thousands of people every single year, right after they think they've crossed the tax season finish line. Yep, I'm talking about that sinking feeling when a surprise tax document shows up in your mailbox after you've already filed your return.
So, you filed early, maybe you even got your refund already. You've totally closed the books on tax season and moved on with your life. But, are you really done? Well, this is the exact question that gets a little more complicated for a lot of folks every single year.
Just picture this for a second. It's mid-March. You're enjoying that awesome post-filing peace of mind. Then you go check the mail, and there it is, an official-looking envelope that you definitely were not expecting. And that feeling of dread starts to creep in when you realize, oh no, it's another tax form.
So what are these classic latecomers we're talking about? Well, it could be anything. Maybe an unexpected 1099 from that investment account you kind of forgot about, or a small interest statement from a bank. It could even be a late W-2 from a job you had for a short time last year. These are the usual suspects that can cause a major headache.
So why does one little piece of paper matter so much? Well, because the IRS is running this massive automated matching game behind the scenes. And let me tell you, their computer systems, they don't miss a thing.
The system actually has a name. It's called the Automated Underreporter Program, or AUR for short. And here's the crucial part. When Robinhood or your bank sends you that form, they are legally required to send an identical electronic copy straight to the IRS. They're literally telling the government exactly how much they paid you.
And this is the exact moment the alarm bells go off for the IRS computers. See, on your return, you reported zero investment income because you hadn't gotten the form yet. But your broker told the IRS they paid you $250. The computer sees that mismatch and bam, your account gets flagged automatically.
Now, at this point, I know what you might be thinking. You might be tempted to just toss the envelope, out of sight, out of mind, right? Wrong. This is exactly where a small problem can quickly spiral into a much more expensive one.
The professionals at Blacking Tax Services put it really bluntly. They said, the most dangerous thing a taxpayer can do is throw this late document in the trash and pretend it never arrived. And why is that? Because the IRS already knows it exists. The cat's already out of the bag.
So if you ignore that document, it's not a matter of if you'll hear from the IRS, it's a matter of when. And eventually, you are going to get this in the mail, a CP 2000 notice. And that's just the official letter from the IRS proposing changes to your tax return because of that data mismatch we just saw.
And yep, that notice comes with a bill. But it's not just for the tax you originally owed on that income. Oh no. The IRS will also tack on underpayment penalties, and they'll charge you interest on the entire unpaid balance. That tiny amount you might have ignored can grow surprisingly fast.
Okay, so that's the scary part. But the good news, and there is good news, is that there's a very simple, very straightforward way to fix this whole thing and get ahead of the problem before the IRS system ever sends you that notice. And the solution is a little something called Form 1040-X. So what is this Form 1040-X? Don't worry, it's not an admission of guilt or some red flag for an audit. It's just an amended tax return. Think of it like the official edit button for your taxes, designed specifically for this exact situation, to correct an error or add information that was missing the first time around.
See, by filing an amended return, you are proactively updating your record with the IRS. You're basically telling them, hey, I received some new info and here is the corrected return. This move effectively stops that penalty system right in its tracks, because you've already fixed the mismatch yourself. You're back in control.
So what should you do the exact moment you open that envelope? Well, the best approach is a super simple 3-step action plan that makes this whole problem just go away.
Okay, step 1. Don't even set it aside. Immediately take a clear photo of the entire document. Lots of tax firms have secure client portal apps just for this. Step 2. Send that photo to your tax preparer right away with a quick message. And finally, step 3, they'll handle the rest. They'll take that info and file the Form 1040-X for you. See? It really is that simple.
So if there is just one thing you take away from all of this, it has to be this. Do not hide from that late mail. Don't let it sit on your counter giving you anxiety. The moment you get it, digitize it and upload it to the professional who can make the problem disappear.
At the end of the day, you can think of it like this. Your tax return tells the complete financial story of your year. So when a new piece of that story arrives late, your only job is to make sure it gets added to the book. So ask yourself, is your return telling the whole story?